Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to Seeing Up Tarot with me, Natasha. If you are new here, then welcome. Hopefully this reading provides you with some clarity and some useful insights. If you are one of my subscribers, then welcome back. It's really appreciated that you keep coming back and interact with my content. Thank you so much. Today's reading is how your person's feeling about you right now. We're going to get a few channeled messages and then going to look at what actions you can take, because I feel like a lot of the time these readings can sometimes be taking the power out of your hands. So I want to put it kind of back into your hands and see what it is that you can do here. We have 3 piles for you today, so I've gone with a moon theme. So we have, first of all, pile 1 with this blue aventurine moon, so that's blue aventurine. We have pile 2 in the middle with this really gorgeous, I love this, bumblebee jasper. So this is pile 2, bumblebee jasper. Really, really lovely. I love this so much. And then pile 3 is another jasper, but it is ocean jasper this time. More of a crescent moon. It's the skinniest of the moons. This is pile number 3. So have a think about which one you guys are drawn to, 1, 2 or 3. Pop down to the description box where you'll find a timestamp for that reading. Click on it and I will see you guys there. Hello pile 1, if you chose the blue aventurine moon, this is your reading. So we're going to be looking at how your person's feeling about you right now, get some channeled messages from them, and then what it is you can be doing here. So before I get started, I just want to let you know that I do have space for private readings at the moment. So if you watch my readings quite often on YouTube but you want, a more personalised answer, then do get in touch through email or Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok. Any of them, you can get in touch. So let's get started. So how is your person feeling about you now? So we have 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 5 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and then 5 of Cups. And you have the cards Darkness and Extremes. So honestly, I kind of feel that extremes. If you have noticed that of the minor arcana, you have 3 of the 5. 3 of the 5 cards. So you have 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, and 5 of Cups here. 5 is a number of of change. It is. Usually when you see like multiples of 5, like if you see 555 quite often, it is a sign of change coming into your life. It can be kind of dramatic, and I feel like this person's feelings towards you, they are kind of, with this darkness, I feel like this person is, feeling, is kind of in a bit, dramatic here, and is in kind of a dark place when they do think about you. It's like they put a lot of thought on the kind of being left out in the cold. And maybe if you guys have had arguments, I feel like this person thinks about what they said quite a lot. So if this person has hurt you through arguments, like maybe what they said was very harsh, and they kind of just wanted to win the argument, but now they realise that there was no winner in that argument, that basically they kind of screwed themselves over by being that person. And with that 5 of Cups, that is really focusing on the kind of disappointment. There is a lot of it is kind of like grief as well. So I feel like this person, when they do think about you, if you guys are obviously not together, or if you're watching this after you have had some kind of falling out, some kind of argument, if you're just in like a bit of a separation right now, just know that this person's feelings towards you like, I feel like this person does feel for you, but they're kind of focusing very much on the negatives. They're feeling very bad about themselves and about the situation. I feel like they really wish they could change it as well. With that extremes, I feel like maybe they kind of yo-yo from going into this really kind of like dark place and then being like, oh no, maybe feeling like everything's actually going to be okay with this kind of like Six of Swords. They feel like, you know, that they can move this to something calmer, kind of get out of that horrible Five of Swords energy. I feel like they want to have the hope that they can do that they can move forward. And I feel like, yeah, they really probably want to, this person feels like they want to come forward and offer you something. It could be an apology, it could be, you know, offer of a relationship, but definitely they want like a new start with you. They want like a new relationship, just in 444. Yeah, I really feel that for this person. But definitely they're thinking about all the things that they've done wrong and all the things that they may have done to hurt you, and I think they really do feel bad when it comes to you. And you know, you might be watching this like, damn straight they should feel bad, and because I guess if you're not in contact, then maybe they haven't told you this, but just know that that is what they are feeling. So what do they want to say to you? So I have a few channeled messages. So I have a few tarot cards and then actual messages. So for tarot cards we have Queen of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Lovers. So what this person would say, honestly, I feel like they want you to know that they still find you attractive. They still think of you as this like absolutely beautiful person, like so strong, so confident, and you know, just an overall catch is I love the Queen of Wands like confidence, and I feel like they really love that about you too. And honestly, I feel like they want to say they can't stop thinking about you. With the Two of Swords, I feel like they want you to know that they are still trying to make a decision whether to come back, but it is really difficult for them. I feel like there's a lot of fear here, particularly they feel like, because, you know, I feel like because they're focusing on what has happened and what went wrong, this person is scared that it's kind of gone past that point of being able to be salvaged, and that's why they're kind of not coming forward towards you, which, you know, would probably only make it worse, but in their mind they're too scared to really come forward at the moment. And you know, with the Six of Lovers, they still see you as this person, as somebody that they do have feelings for, they do love. And honestly, you know, when it comes to making a choice, I feel like this person wants to choose you. This card is also known as the Choice, but definitely with this Ethereal Visions Tarot, it's such like a sweet card, the Lovers, of them like tenderly embracing, and I feel like this is what your person wants with you right now. And so for the channeled message cards, so we have I want a new start with you, so Ace of Wands kind of energy, definitely feeling that. So you have Ace of Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles there. I want to show you the real me. So this person, honestly, I feel like maybe last time you communicated, when they were in this energy of trying to like win arguments, trying to, you know, maybe being very like defensive, very combative, they want you to know that that's not them. They want to show you actually who they really are, and that is not them. I need my space right now to sort my head out, I'm sorry. Definitely with that Two of Swords there as well, I was really feeling that kind of that like they're very, like they don't know how to progress forward. So you have the Queen of Wands here, and this is King of Wands energy. I have so much passion for you, I can barely contain it all. So definitely, you know, you have the Lovers there, all kind of very passionate cards. I never truly understood love before you. So this may have been part of like the learning curve. Maybe one of the reasons why they were kind of scared, if they've not experienced that kind of love before. Sometimes it can knock people sideways and they behave in ways that they wouldn't necessarily behave. Not that that excuses it at all, don't get me wrong, I don't think that's an excuse, but I think this person probably, you were like their first love. So what I said in the beginning, it was obviously, I feel like a lot of these readings can sometimes take the power away from the person watching, and it's always like, oh, the other person's got to do work, and I just want to see what it is you can do here. So we have Justice, we have the Six of Cups, and we have the Knight of Swords. We have Distinctive Potential, 23, so that breaks down to another 5. So rely on your faith and the knowledge that nothing is impossible. Use your determination to hang on in there till you realise a goal. And then you have Replacing What Was Lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. So if you've entered the lottery, guys, maybe this is your week. And then Lost Lands, Soul Memories and Gifts, you've done this before. So when it comes to actions on your part, with Justice, I feel like, honestly, I feel like this is, you know, you working out the karma that's between you and this person. So if there's apologies that need to be had, whether it's that the other person needs to, or you, if you feel like you need to give an apology for anything as well, obviously I'm not saying you do, because there's so many different possible situations here, I can't possibly comment on everything, but you know, you'll know yourself. I feel like, you know, give this person, you know, your ear, give them some time, give them, you know, give them a chance to make it up to you, is what I would say when it comes to this person, because I feel like there is a very strong chance of, you know, you have this card Replacing What Was Lost, and, you know, it's that rejuvenate and start anew. I feel like the relationship you had before, maybe if this person was stuck in like a more fear-based kind of energy, rather than being like totally open with you, I feel like, you know, you don't want to go back to your relationship being like that. You want it to be, you do want it to be rejuvenated and, you know, start anew. But, you know, I feel like someone's gonna have to bite the bullet and take those kind of steps. I know last week in my readings people said, oh, you should never contact a man. Obviously with these readings, I want to kind of elaborate this in this week. You know, people who watch my readings aren't necessarily, not everyone is going to be a woman that is, you know, in a relationship with a man. You could be women and women, you could be a man with a woman, a man with a man. There's so many different, and obviously anything in between, no matter like how people identify, whatever their pronouns are, whether they're non-binary, you know. So I see it as more just energies, but it's a very old way of thinking that you can never get in touch with a man. That's also an incredibly limiting belief, and if you believe that you cannot get in touch with him because the outcome is going to be that he's only going to use you as a doormat or whatever, because you think that your thoughts are so powerful, like if that's what you continue to believe, that, you know, men will only see you as a doormat if you go back to them. That's what's going to happen. So I feel like there's a need to switch the thinking here, to, you know, you can want to message someone to communicate with them, but you don't have to act like a doormat. You don't have to take anyone back. If you get in touch with them and they don't treat you right, then maybe you're like, well, that's it. Draw a line underneath it and move on. I feel like it is very limiting to believe that you should never get in touch with a man. So that's just the end of my little rant there. But yeah, exactly. In this, you know, distinctive potential, nothing is impossible with this person. You have the Six of Cups here, and this kind of soul memories and gifts. What I like about these cards kind of coming out together, it could be that, you know, this is somebody you may feel quite deeply connected with and you have no idea why. And it could be because, you know, maybe you are soulmates, maybe you've had past life connections where maybe you've not been able to make it work then, but maybe you're trying to make it work now. So there is a sense that maybe you have already done this with this person, or you've kind of been in a similar situation before. So, you know, learn from past mistakes, or you know, and go with your intuition, what you feel, to kind of navigate through this with this person. And with that Knight of Swords, you know, this is a kind of card of wanting to, sometimes it is about running away, but here with this Knight of Swords in this deck, I always feel like he looks a lot calmer than others. Like he's going in with like kind of, he's poised and he's got his sword ready, but you know, I feel like he's a lot calmer, and I feel like this is the energy you should be in. Like, if you want to communicate with them, I would say go ahead, you know, be very clear and concise with what you want, and also kind of what you expect or how you expect to be treated. So if this person then goes against kind of how you want to be treated, then, you know, you can call them out on that. But I think if you want to go, don't rush into it. Don't just, you know, don't just like send a message and completely forgive them, or completely just be throwing yourself at them, being like, oh, I'm so happy that you're going to take me back. You know, have some poise when it comes to communicating with them, but do communicate very clearly, is what I would say. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Do remember as well about the private readings if you are interested in one. And, you know, yeah, just thank you. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff that we always say at the end of every video. And I will see you guys in another one. See you later. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the Bumblebee Jasper Moon, then this is your reading. So we are looking at what your person's feelings are for you now. We're getting a few channeled messages, and then we are kind of putting the power back in your hands and seeing what actions you can take here. Kind of like actions and advice, mainly actions though. So let's get into it. And while I'm looking at these cards, do remember I am accepting bookings for private readings right now. So if you watch me quite often and have a kind of want a you know, a more personalised answer to your questions, or for what you come here for, then do feel free to get in touch on Facebook, Instagram or email. So first of all, we have the 8 of Acorns, which is 8 of Wands in the Spirit Song Tarot. Then we have 10 of Acorns reversed, 9 of Shells, so Shells is Cup, so really happy card there. The King of Shells and the King of Feathers. Hopefully that all fits. And then we have 35 Thunder Moon Change, and then we have 19, which is Balance. So that breaks down to a 1, that breaks down to an 8. Yeah, so how your person's feeling about you. Honestly, I feel like this person there is a sense that you guys maybe are together, or you know, it feels maybe kind of like, it feels kind of new. It feels like it's almost like ready to go to like whatever like the next stage is, if I'm honest. Usually a lot of readings here of are, you know, people in separation, but I'm not feeling that like that major feeling of angst or separation, so I feel like you guys may be together. With that 8 of Acorns, you know, I feel like this person feels very positively towards you. There's a maybe they feel like putting in a lot of energy here. They're kind of liking what they're seeing. They like the fact that maybe you're responsive to them, and you know, it just feels like there's kind of no obstacles in the way here. Everything, you have this like moray eel, and it's almost like everything's coming to the moray eel. So I feel like this person really enjoys that. It's just like, it doesn't feel hard. Even though you have that kind of change card here, I don't actually see this as a negative thing, even though it's very dramatic. In this case, I am kind of getting like a positive change here. And you know, with that 10 of Acorns, this person I feel like wants to be very like open with you, wants to like share things, wants to unburden, like if they have burdens, they kind of want to unburden, be able to tell you, they want you to be able to tell them things. I feel like this is honestly very like open and just quite happy, to be honest. And if you guys aren't together, if this is somebody you maybe haven't been with for a long time, I feel like if it is somebody you're not in contact with, it feels like, you know, it didn't end badly, or it's just been because, you know, maybe, you know, time is a healer, kind of like water under the bridge. I feel like if this person's reflecting back on you guys, they actually have like a lot of happy memories, and you know, I feel like they would want to reach out to you, they would want to talk to you, they'd be happy for you to talk to them as well. And you know, with that 9 of Shells, how they feel, you know, you are like a wish fulfillment, you bring them a lot of happiness. I don't know why, I just love this card. I love the penguin, I love the little shells it's got stashed. Kind of makes me think of bringing someone gifts as well. I feel like this person, honestly, when they think about you, it is just generally very positive, very kind of like loving. You have that kind of shell energy, which is cups, which does make you think of like emotions and love. And then to have the King of Shells, you know, King of Shells is somebody who, you know, they do have a lot of love. They're very like emotionally mature. They really do show it. They know how to, they have their boundaries, but they know how to show you love, and they kind of almost like want to look after you, because at the end of the day it's still a king, so it's still kind of that like masculine energy that kind of wants to be a bit of like a protector, which I kind of get with that male seahorse. Obviously with male seahorses carrying the babies and being like a little bit of a protector. So I really feel like this is how that person feels about you. And then you have the King of Feathers, so logic and justice. You know, and it's a lion, which makes me think of a pride, again makes you think of that kind of protective energy. You know, I feel like maybe with that justice, if things didn't end well before, or if things were out of balance, you know, you have this out of balance. So with everything almost like coming to that person, and if maybe they've been unburdened themselves on you, I feel like maybe this person does want to kind of provide justice, but you know, kind of like makes me think of just balancing things up. So making the relationship more balanced, you know, being more of a support to you, being the one that's, you know, doing some of the legwork as well. They want it to be more like a partnership, and I feel like that's what that change is. Like, they feel like they want to make a change here, like shift the dynamic. I feel like make it a more even dynamic, if that is how your relationship feels. Like maybe you're happy, but you're like, oh, there's some things that could change. Maybe they don't. Maybe you're kind of always the one going to them. They kind of want to change that up to make sure that it does feel even and that they're treating you fairly. So let's get these channeled messages for you guys. So we have the Shadow, which is the Devil card, so self-empowerment, ambition. 5 of Crystals, persistence, new possibilities. And 4 of Feathers, sanctuary, rest. So for these cards, honestly, I feel like with that Shadow, this person, actually does have a lot of, with these kind of energies that are here, that kind of like 9 shells, King of Cups. I feel like ambition's probably not like the right word, but I feel like they have kind of dreams and thoughts about the future with you. You know, with the Devil, maybe it is a bit could be a bit naughty, or it could be almost like quite a bit obsessive, like they obsessively think of the future with you, and they are very persistent. I feel like if you aren't together, I feel like this person really wants to come back and make it right, and you know, get you back together. And it's like they have that persistence. They're gonna keep trying here. And honestly, I feel like they want to say sorry that maybe they have been a bit quiet. They've maybe been almost like, I always get the sense of being a bit lazy in this relationship. If you guys are together, even though they're happy, you may be watching this and being like, oh, this doesn't, maybe because they like they're not the ones like being super proactive all the time. You might think, oh, maybe they don't like me that much, but they do. It's just, I feel like this person wants to be like, sorry that I'm being quite lazy here. And it could be, you know, with that self-empowerment, ambition, maybe they've had their ambitions elsewhere. For some people, maybe if they've put a lot of energy in their work and they've just not really kind of given to you, that could be one other interpretation here. And you have 9 of Cups energy here, so if I wished for a perfect partner, it would be you. So feeling a lot of love there. I want to provide for you, I want to keep you safe in the world, so that's 4, that is Emperor energy. That's what I was saying, definitely had that feeling of wanting to be a protector. I need to end these old patterns, they aren't helping us, so that's like the Death card. So if this, you know, as I said, if this person has been quite lazy in the relationship, I feel like that's a pattern they kind of want to put to an end. I'm trapped in my head, I don't know how to move forward with this. This has come out, and I honestly feel like maybe that was something in the past. Maybe in the beginning of your relationship, this was like an energy that they were kind of in. Maybe they just they weren't entirely sure how to do all this, and that's why maybe they've kind of slipped into that laziness. I'm making my way back to you, nothing will stop me. So if you have been apart, then take this message as, you know, they do want to come back towards you. Now, for what actions you can take, and you know, kind of advice as well, it's kind of like a mixture of the two. We have King of Acorns, so optimism, innovation. I was going to say invention then, but nope, it's not the right words. 7 of Feathers, so preparation, resourcefulness. And Ace of Crystals, manifestation, prosperity. Then we have the cards. Help appears in various ways with these. I used to dive with these all the time. They're in the Caribbean. Stoplight parrotfish, absolutely beautiful. There is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look to the support systems that are with you continually. Then you have Dancing in the Rainbow. Break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness and find out what you truly desire. And then you have wait, it's not time yet, things are being woven. And the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So for you guys, I feel like there is just a need for you to be very, in this situation, to be, you know, have optimism. I feel like sometimes it can be difficult in relationships to feel like, oh, it's like doomed, or the person doesn't like you that much, or you know, or they're not going to come back. I feel like there is a need to, you know, stay optimistic, stay I feel like with spirituality there is a difference between toxic positivity and being like, oh, everything's gonna be fine, like, you know, why are you sad, you know, you're not allowed to feel your emotions, just be happy all the time. Like that's not what this is. I feel like there's a need for you to kind of think about what it is that you want and you want to like manifest with that Ace of Crystals, and kind of like living in that and being, and kind of knowing it's going to happen, being optimistic, not trying to, don't let like those negative thoughts kind of get the best of you, rather than being like, yay, everything's perfect all the time. We don't like that. That's not helpful for anyone. So when it comes, you know, I feel like this card is kind of just it's just one of those when Spirit just wants you to have that message that, you know, if you do need help, whether it is with this or any other situation, but to use your support system, and that you don't have to do it all by yourself, is just a message, you know, for you guys. Sometimes I feel like little side messages do get in sometimes, especially with that, you know, 7 of Feathers. I see the cheetah as, they're obviously animals that hunt by themselves, generally live by themselves unless they have cubs, and they are kind of like resourceful. They're very, you know, when you think of actually cheetahs aren't that big, and you know, this kind of prey they can take down, you know, they are resourceful. So I feel like Spirit is kind of saying, like, be resourceful with your people as well. If you need help with this situation and you need like somebody to talk things through, because, you know, sometimes it can be difficult. Like, I feel like this person does have like love for you and does really appreciate you, but sometimes if they're kind of not showing it how the way you need to, then it can take a toll on you. So definitely talk to people about this, and even talk to this person as well, especially if you're in a relationship. I feel like maybe it's slightly different if you guys are apart. If you're apart, you know, I feel like don't necessarily, with the wait card, I feel like this is not like just wait for this person, don't just be waiting around, but, you know, kind of wait to contact them. I feel like sometimes waiting to contact people is kind of necessary. It's like there's stuff in the background you may not know about that's happening, and Spirit's saying, you know, just wait a little bit. Like, you don't have to like do it after you finish watching this reading. Don't like go message them, you know, just wait a little bit until you're kind of, I feel like it's almost like until you either have that feeling, I feel like once you kind of get into that kind of like King of Acorns, when you're a lot more like confident, when you reach out to this person, if you're not with them, like, do it when you're feeling confident is what I'm gonna say. And I feel like all of this, you know, if you are in this kind of mindset, I feel like you are going to be able to manifest this person back into your life if this is, you know, disconnect. I feel like a lot of this advice comes, is more for the people that aren't in communication with this person. If this is somebody you're in a relationship with, you know, I feel like almost this card's maybe more for you. So it says like, break free from whatever is holding you back, express happiness, find out what you truly desire. So when it comes to this person, I feel like don't necessarily like break free from the person, break free from like this situation where you're not feeling maybe that you're being treated as you should, you know, express yourself, you you know, express what it is you want and what it is you desire from this person. Like, how is it you want to be treated? What is it you need? All of those kinds of things. And then you have the blue flame. Whenever I see this, I honestly, I feel like it's just because I have a filthy mind. I literally always see a vulva. I'm not gonna lie. What I'm gonna do is just look, sorry, at the guidebook for this one, because sometimes with the starseed ones, there's occasionally I pull these cards and I'm like, for some reason I just don't get anything from them. So oh, there we go. Blue flame. So this is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. So in the West, it was known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen to be auspicious experiences, that with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. So for some of you, you know, you may feel like you are currently going through some sort of spiritual awakening, and, you know, actually I kind of feel like maybe these go a lot. These are kind of like side messages that Spirit are sneaking in. You know, definitely use your support systems. Find other spiritual people that have been through this to help you. And, you know, I feel like maybe as well with the spiritual upgrades with relationships as well, it's kind of making sure that this person now like matches you. And, you know, kind of getting rid of anything that's not good for you. It could be just how they're treating you, any thoughts, like any, as I said before, like limiting beliefs that you may have. Definitely kind of like increasing your awareness of everything and like what you deserve. So yes, that's everything I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this reading, please do comment down below, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in another reading. See you later. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the Ocean Jasper Moon, then this is your reading. So we are looking at how your person's feeling about you now, channeled messages, and then we're gonna see what actions you can take. So I feel like a lot of readings can take the power away from you guys, so I'm putting that, you know, power in your hands. See what actions you guys can take. So yes, and just a reminder, if you watch my readings often and they resonate with you, then do get in touch for a reading if you are interested. Of course, you can do so via email or just Facebook, Instagram, and more information's in the description box. So, how's your person feeling about you? We have the Sun, great start. We have the Moon. We have the Tower. Two of Pentacles. And Five of Pentacles. Then we have Wisdom 22, and we have Nourishment 7. So I feel like your person is obviously this is what I'm getting from your perspective. I guess maybe your person seems quite hot and cold, because honestly, I feel like this person is very, very confused when it comes to you. I feel like there is the, you know, knowledge, or there is the recognition that you make them really happy. I feel like they have a lot of, you know, genuine happy feelings towards you. You probably give them a lot of joy. You know, they can think of they can probably think of you and think of like a happy future, is what I'm getting with this card. And you'll be like, but why all the other cards? And honestly, this person, the reason I feel like you kind of get that hot and cold behaviour is because I kind of see this like duality. You have the sun here, which is, you know, that happiness. I feel like when the person's feeling that, they're feeling that for you, they're probably very communicative, probably wanting to go out or whatever you're allowed to do, wherever you are because of COVID. And then it's like they can go from being feeling kind of like confident about this and feeling like, yeah, this is good, like I can do this, to then almost like flipping to that more like moon energy, that kind of like shadow energy where it's like, oh, this is scary, I don't like this. Kind of reminds me of my cat, who's a bit neurotic, if I'm honest. I feel like this person is kind of like that. They go very much like, their energy feels like it flips quite a lot when it comes to you. And it's not because, I think it's not because they don't feel anything for you. I think they do. I think they have feelings, but there's a lot of fear with that kind of moon. And then with the Tower, just, you know, the Tower is, you know, thoughts, etc., belief systems, everything kind of being torn down, ending of things. And I feel like this person just, it's, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, it feels like you've kind of changed the perspective. And I think there is an element of that, but this is like so out of their comfort zone that I feel like they're kind of like very self-destructive. I feel like there's the sense of like, when it comes to you, they feel like almost creating this Tower moment, because then they don't have to kind of face their fears. They don't have to work through it. And they very much need to, I think they realise that they kind of need to kind of come into balance with this like shadow and this kind of like shadow and light side of their feelings with that Two of Pentacles. Because notice how this Two of Pentacles, most others, one will be up, one will be down, whereas she's holding these two kind of like aloft and kind of like equally, or at least a lot more equal than in other decks. So I feel like they realise they need to kind of balance this out, but, you know, I can understand if you have, with this person, if you have kind of, you know, had a falling out, you're not in contact anymore because you kind of got sick of this not knowing where you stand. Maybe this like this up and down energy, so they're feeling kind of like out in the cold. And it's almost like, you know, you're going past that house, like you could go in, like you absolutely could, you could go in, but they're just, it's almost like they're too stubborn to kind of face that reality when it comes to you. So they're just like, oh, I'm never gonna find love, it's, you know, I'm just out in the cold, they're not talking to me, like boo-hoo me. And it kind of just feeds into that kind of like self-destructive, like, well, I knew I was right to, you know, push this person away or whatever, because, you know, by you kind of being like, I don't want, like, I need something better than this, it's, you know, it kind of just fed into that for them. And so you have the two cards, Wisdom and Nourishment as well, how they feel about you. So hang on 1 second. So with Wisdom, you know, obviously wisdom is kind of, it's more than just like a knowledge. It is, you know, an innate sense. So I feel like this person, when it comes to you, has almost like, I think they almost do know what they're doing. I feel like they're really starting to recognize this pattern that they have. And I appreciate this isn't all like their feelings for you, but it's feelings about this kind of relationship and background information about what's what this person's going through right now. And I feel like they're starting to kind of awaken to this. And with nourishment as well, you know, this nourishment has like loads of fruit and veg, so you know, I feel like at the moment the thing that they have been kind of nourishing, what they've been feeding into, is that kind of like fear and, you know, feeling like it's not going to work out. But this person needs to start nourishing that kind of happiness, that side that's able to like deal with all this, because if they don't, they're just going to be, whether it's with you or another person, they're going to be constantly stuck in this kind of like loop of being super happy and then going through self-destruct and then maybe making up, and they're just constantly going to be going through that again and again. So let's get some channeled messages. Okay, we have, so 9 of Cups, so that is a good sign. We have the 3 of Cups, and then we have the Hanged Man. So even these cards, you go from sunny, happy. The 3 Cups is like in the moonlight as well, so it's still kind of got those themes of. Then we have, I want to explore the world with you by my side, Page of Swords. I need space and time to get clarity on my thoughts, 4 of Swords. What I admire most about you is your strength, 8. I'm coming back for you, nothing can hold me back now, 8 of Wands. I'm obsessed with you and I don't know how to quit you. So, honestly, this person, what they'd like to say to you is that, you know, I genuinely think that they have feelings for you. I feel like you are somebody they see as like an ideal partner, as somebody that they could, you know, have a life with, that would be like a wish fulfillment for them. And, you know, I feel like they do want to have reasons to celebrate. I feel like they want to, you know, take you out, show you a good time. They want to have that more like joyous energy with you. But, you know, I feel like this person is saying that they just can't give that to you at the moment. They're kind of like stuck. It's like they're very much like in this thinking mode and working out how to kind of get out of this trap that they've put themselves in. You know, they could get out at any time, but like it feels like this person's really thinking about how to do it. And honestly, like even these messages, I feel like this person again is just very back and forth. Like they say they're obsessed with you and they don't know how to quit you, but they can't. But you know, that obsession, I feel like maybe that's part of what scares them. They can't believe how deeply they feel, how much they think about you all the time, and that scares them a little bit as well. And they have this card and it's like, oh, I'm coming back for you. But this person kind of, you know, that Hanged Man state, that kind of 2 of Pentacles, I feel like at the moment they're not there. I feel like maybe that is an intention that they are setting for you, like they want to come back. But at the moment I feel like, you know, this is more the energy they're in, like Hanged Man, like 4 of Swords, kind of very withdrawn, thinking, going through what's in their mind. But yeah, I feel like in the future this is something they would like to do. So if they are somebody that wants to travel the world. They want to do it with you by their side. It's a very like sweet energy, but definitely this person is very kind of back and forth. And so for you guys, what actions can you take, like advice for you? So we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Six of Cups, and we have the Ace of Wands. So we have life is better together, seek assistance in the community, connect with family, friends or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. Every step counts, so there is an advantage in taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. You've got lifting the veil, question everything, anything unaligned must go. And you have I'm sorry, so defenselessness, writing past wrongs, uprooting. So actions from your point of view. You have the Queen of Wands. Honestly, with this Queen of Wands, I feel like this is Spirit being like, get into this Queen of Wands energy. Don't take this person's crap. They may be going through something, okay, but you don't have to put up with someone that is hot and cold, that's not sure about you, that, you know, maybe plays with your emotions a bit. Like, that's not what you deserve here. You deserve someone that is going to treat you with respect, that's going to put in the same effort you put in. They're going to be open with, if they do have some fears, they're going to be open with you. Like, this is what you need. You don't need someone that is going to be, you know, self-destructive, that is going to be hot and cold, and you know, I feel like there's times you may be like going over the past, like looking back and be like, oh look, it wasn't all so bad. And that's true, there may have been some very like lovely sweet moments, but do remember what it is that you deserve. And I think, you know, with these cards, you know, life is better together, which is true to a degree. I believe, you know, life is better together with somebody that you love, but the key first is that you need to love yourself, and, you know, make sure that that person is showing, one, also love themselves. Make sure that they're not going to be codependent on you, that you're not having to give them their happiness. But you need, you know, part of showing yourself love is not accepting people's crap as well. Like, don't let somebody treat you badly just because you love them. That's like, love is not an excuse to let them treat you badly. So you may want to, what I'm being drawn to here is like connecting via a phone call. So if this person is, you know, open to it, maybe coming back together, you can take that first step. Obviously, depends how this person really did treat you. If there was somebody that was, you know, that was more like abusive or anything like that, then please don't. But take, you like, you know yourself what you are comfortable with and what is right for you. So if you feel it's right, then do get in touch with them. And you know, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, you can have a new start here with that Ace of Wands. But, you know, Ace of Wands, that is fiery, that's very fast energy. I feel like it's almost being balanced with this Nudie branch here of, you know, every step counts. You know, there's an advantage in taking things slowly, and that's very true. Like, don't rush into things. I feel like if you rush into things as well, it's going to scare this person. So do take things slowly, take it at your own pace, and obviously, as it says, consider your options. Like, maybe this person isn't an option right now. Maybe right now you're going to be like, they're still too in their like self-destructiveness, and they're kind of like moon energy. So maybe that's not for you. So, you know, consider your options, whether it is you want to date other people, whether you just want to stay single for now, whatever it is that works for you. But if you do get in touch, I feel like, you know, lifting the veil, anything unaligned must go. This is their behaviour, so anything that is not for either of your highest good, you need to be like this cannot happen anymore. You cannot be messaging me one day telling me you love me and then ghosting me for a week, or whatever has happened before here. Like, anything that is not for both of your best goods needs to go, and they need to work through that. And finally, you have the I'm sorry. So if you are kind of owed an apology from this person, I feel like it's, you know, this person probably does need to right some past wrongs, but for you to move forward as well, obviously you want to get your apology, but if this is somebody you're like, actually no, I'm done with this, but you're finding it kind of hard to move on, and you're not going to get that I'm sorry, but you still feel like you need to forgive them, the I can never say it, the Ho'oponopono prayer may be something you want to look into. There's like meditation forms of it, and it's all about learning to forgive, because the thing is with, obviously, when you hold on to that and you're kind of wanting a apology but you're not getting it, it can cause a lot of resentment, and resentment is essentially like poison, but taking it yourself and thinking it's going to hurt the other person, which it's not. So, you know, free yourself of that resentment, of any negative feelings, for you to be able to move on, if you are somebody that's watching this and does want to move on. Because obviously everyone's different, not everyone's going to want to get back with the person, they're just interested. So, you know, I do include for those people as well. So, and that's everything for you guys. If you resonated with this reading, please do comment down below, like, if you're not already subscribed, then please do subscribe, it's really appreciated. Turn on that notification bell, and I will see you guys in another reading. See you later.